everybody. Happy October. We are finally in, well, for me, the best month of the year. And for those of you who are pro readers, the tarot, October for tarot readers is like Christmas for mall Santas. There are tons of events to be had. There are tons of things to do. There are lots of invitations of all kinds. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about that. So I'm going to do a bit of a pro chat for today. And then I'm going to move into one of my favorite, very general readings for festival and event work. Using the very brand new Trick or Treat Tarot. So we will be getting into this, and you get to have some fun looking at it as I walk a technique using that deck. Now, for the rest of the month, I've got a lot of really cool things going on. I am almost 1 month away from the official release date of my next book. Will you give me a reading on Amazon? Please be a darling heart and pre-order that bad boy. I'm going to have a lot of really great things around that launch window, and I'm still kind of putting it together. So it's not quite ready for me to reveal to you, but we're going to have a lot of fun into November, into January, through the holidays, lots going on, and I am staying very, very busy. For this month, I want to talk about all the lives that I'm going to have here. You can tune in on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or you can tune in later, whatever you feel like doing. If you're just live, you can ask questions, but I feel you can ask them anyways. I've been also busy uploading very short content, short video content on YouTube. Yesterday, I did a walkthrough of my office. So I do have an office in Chapel Hill. If you're in the area, come visit. And then, of course, I have my office at home, and I kind of toggle back and forth depending on the needs of my clients because I'm a full-time reader. Anyways, for the rest of October, so today we are doing the festival work. Next, the 12th, this is the only non-live this month, and that's because I'm going to be uploading a very special interview with two very special guests, Cassandra Snow and Siri Vincent Plouffe, for their new book that just dropped, Lessons from the Empress, a tarot workbook for self-care and creative growth. I have it. I've been reading through it. I've been doing some of the activities. And if you're like a self-care, self-work junkie, then you definitely want to pick this up. My book's release date is November 8th. It is election day. Maybe a wish will be granted for me on that day. But yeah, that's when it is. But you can pre-order now, but it will be out on the 8th. So if you pick up the Kindle, that's probably when it will be delivered to you. Hey, Marion. Hey, guys. Good to see you guys. So next week, we will not be doing the live, but you can tune in for me to talk to Cassandra and Siri, and we are going to talk about lessons from the Empress, which I'm really excited to share with you guys. And then the two other lives for this month are pretty intense. So on the 19th, I'm going to walk you through a guided meditation and guided tarot spread called Death Spiral. And this is a reading about what's going to happen at the time of your death. So bring your deck and be able to kind of tune in and shut off all externals, and we'll go through this together. If you have a deck, please bring it. I think I said that already. If you do not have a deck, I think you can still do this if you just follow the guided meditation. I've done this every year. So far, it's been really incredible what comes up. So don't be scared. And come and see what happens when you shuck off this mortal coil. Then on the 26th, there is the, this is an older spread I've done, but I'm going to walk you guys through it. It's called the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse spread. And I realized that in the biblical book of Revelations, it was kind of weird how much the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse kind of like dovetailed with our 4 tarot nights. You have the white knight, the red knight, the dark knight. And I was like, this is I don't know how to feel about this, but I'm going to use it for my own creative efforts. So that will be kind of a spread that is you specifically looking for trouble. Most people want readings to avoid trouble, but we are going to look for trouble. So this is a reading for the next year. What areas are going to be some problem areas that I need to be really aware of, or maybe even shift because I'm aware of it now, right? Isn't it Teresa Reed who says forewarned is forearmed? I think that's such a great tagline. Oh, thank you for already ordering my book. That's so sweet. The 8th is also a full moon eclipse in Taurus. Oh my gosh. You'll have to tell me what that means. I'm not like super astrology. I'm a tarot girl through and through. So that's going on. And there's two other big things going on this month. On October 26th, I will be teaching a one-off course called Spectral Reader, and that is a tarot and mediumship course. So it's a mediumship built for people who are tarot readers first. Easily 50% of my in-person sessions now are mediumship. So, and the way I approach it is unique. It's not typical to people that are just straight mediums. So if that's something you're interested in, want to kind of dig into, but have felt maybe a little intimidated by it, come on into the class. It's only $45. And you can find all of that on my website, jennamatlin.com. And then the final thing is the 24th. Now, this is Reader's Relief. It's like $21 for the class, and it's about an hour and a half. And we are going to meet the Wheel of Fortune. So we're going to do a guided meditation with the Wheel of Fortune. And then I'm going to be talking about what to do when a reading goes south, which is part of the book, but I'm going to get into it, and we're going to do some exercises. So if you read for others and you're just like, oh, wow, this reading has gone off the rails. Well, how the heck are we going to fix that? I've got some ideas for you. So a lot going on, a lot going on for this month, a lot of really cool stuff. I'm going to actually put in my website once again so you guys can check it out. jennamatlin.com is just my name.com, real easy. Unless you don't know my name, then it may not be so easy. But today, we're going to talk about festival work. So it's always around September into October that I start getting emails of all kinds wanting a reader. One I had recently was from a local museum who said they wanted a professional reader. And I said, oh, well, that's me. Yeah, I might be interested. And then they said, well, it is an unpaid position and you also can't charge for readings because we charge tickets. And, but we do provide a table and chairs. Like, oh my God, how nice of them, right? But if I have some other merch or some exposure, things or tchotchkes, I can give them away. And so I first want to start off with, you will get business to business who think they're doing you a favor because you're supposed to eat exposure or something. And that's not how it works. So I would say no matter who you are, even if you're just starting out, do not accept those kinds of invitations, because if you're reaching out to me, you need a reader and I'm entertainment. You hire me because when people know a reader is there, more people are going to show up. And you're making money off of this event. It's not even like a charitable event, which sometimes I will do for free because I care about the charity and I want to support them. But if this is like a for-profit event, or even if they're doing like an open house for their own clientele, what's going on is when they don't pay you and they say you need to just show up and maybe exposure works, they're offsetting the risk of their event onto you. And that's really not okay, because what's happening is you're not doing any of the marketing. You don't know if they're doing a phenomenal job of marketing. You don't know who's showing up. You don't know if nobody's really going to show up. But the onus is going to be on you, whether you're going to get exposure or not, much less money. So be careful with that. That is a very inequitable situation. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is the difference between vendor and entertainment. And many of you know I've written 2 books on this subject. I've written Have Tarot Will Travel and then Have Tarot Will Party. So Have Tarot Will Travel is really for those who are just starting out in the pro world and they're trying to get their chops, trying to feel a lot of comfort with the cards and comfort with reading for others. That's really where I recommend a lot of people start. And as a vendor, you may pay a table fee to get into that event, but then you're able to typically charge for readings. And you know what I've done in the past is it wouldn't even just be me, it'd be me and maybe 2 other readers, and we would just be like hitting it, especially for the high number of venues. Make a lot of money that way. That's worth it. But if someone's coming and saying, can you be a vendor, but then you can't charge or you don't have any control over that, that doesn't feel fair. Again, it's offloading their risk onto you. There may be a point in your tarot journey too when you no longer are a vendor but you're entertainment, and that's a higher tier where you're being hired by corporate events, large entities, people like weddings. That's an interesting one. When I first started, nobody was hiring a tarot reader for weddings. And that really started to switch. I started really seeing a lot of energy in that in 2017, 2018. And it's becoming actually more and more of a thing where you could be very, very busy throughout the fall season just with weddings. And that's different. They used to be bachelorette parties, but now it's more weddings, so they want you at the reception. So you can even just see in who's envisioning tarot in their events about how the cultural zeitgeist is starting to shift the way in which tarot is kind of normalized within society. So you could do a lot of wedding work and you're not a vendor, you're entertainment. Same with, oh God, I've done a lot of bar and bat mitzvahs in my day. So usually not for the younger ones, the new adults, it's for the moms and the dads who are coming. So I've done that as well. So that's some of the things that the fall can also bring you, but mostly it's going to be weddings, fall events, that kind of thing. If you are someone who's looking to hire a tarot reader, and especially one that comes really highly regarded, I would say you've got to call that person a good 6 months in advance because most of us are completely booked out every October weekend if we wanted to with events. And so there's often this last minute mad dash. I'm like, nope, sorry, I can't. Sorry, I can't. So, oh my gosh, so Marion says she was asked to read at a funeral after a service. Okay, I have officially heard it all now. I've never had that, but that either could be really wild, really cool, or really like, oh, what's going on there? What's that all about? I am so curious. I've done events. Oh, I've also been hired by, oh my goodness, I've actually taught in. I have done. I mean, not taught. I've read tarot in a crypt at a big cemetery event that was done by. Oh my God, I'm totally blanking on their name. Many of you know it's a very big name. Oh my gosh. Who are they? I will have to come back with that. I'm totally blanking on their name, but I've literally read in a crypt in October for like a kind of an entertainment event that was happening. So yeah, that's kind of it. Like if you are interested in this work, it's the kind of work that's really great, especially if you have a muggle job or a day job, because doing event works is not going to get in the way of, of your day job, or it's something to really bring in if you are considering making that jump from day work to being fully unemployed or self-employed. So that's a nice thing. Having festival work is also adding like another stream of income, which then stabilizes your income. So really, some readers don't do parties and events, because they're introverted or they think, it's really, it's making what I do a joke. But I feel like if you can approach it in the right way, it's not like that at all. In fact, I really like them because it does allow me to read in a more lighthearted way than I normally can do in one-to-one sessions. And also, I'm really getting a lot of connection, a lot of connecting with people who've never had a reading before, or people that are like, oh, I don't know. And then they get one and you can see in their eyes that their whole like cosmology has just shifted. Like, how did you know all of these things? Oh my God, that's been so helpful. I love being that person. I love being the person at the doorway. I think it's great. And the thing is even if you are introverted, no matter how many people are at the event, it's always still one-on-one. It's still one-to-one, you and one person across the table. So it's not as scary as it might seem on the outset. So let's get into the reading that I want to do with you guys today, because even though I think a lot of people start with the general reading, I actually think general readings are very hard for newer readers. And often, if you're not really good at them, the person who's sitting down will walk away feeling like they didn't get what they wanted. Even though they have said, oh, I don't know, whatever you want to tell me, just a general reading. Often there's something that they're hoping you're going to hit. So it's like, well, I don't mind read. So how do I make you happy just with a general reading and try to hit as many angles as possible? And so this is the spread I kind of came up with that I do, but I only do it once I've been like, are you sure you don't have a burning issue? Because what we don't want to happen is I give you a general reading and then we literally have 30 seconds on the clock and then you're telling me about, I don't know, that you're moving to Zimbabwe. And then like, we don't have time, girl. You got to get back in line. So let's talk about that a little, shall we? Let me get my, you know how I roll. I'm going to get my, oh, that's not big enough. Here we go. And you guys don't need to see all my folders and files. So this is the Trick or Treat Tarot. It also recently just came out by Barbara Moore and Jonathan Hunt. It's really adorable. It is so cute. Perfect for festival work of this season. Like I have so many Halloween decks that I just love just for this season, or if you're looking for something a little lighthearted. So it comes in a really just very nice, I feel like the tarot creators have really upped their game. And I think that it was the Kickstarter community that really kind of really forced that leveling up. That gone are the days mostly of the tuck boxes that you rip the moment you open it the first time. And now we're getting these really beautiful with a magnet opening, sweet all-inclusive boxes. You have a really thick book. I mean, I was surprised to see such a big full color book in more of a kind of a theme tarot deck that was published by Llewellyn, that is kind of a new thing that you're just starting to see more. It's a real shift in how this looks. So, and then we have the deck in here. Well, you got to come out. The cardstock, to be honest, is a little on the thin side, but it's not overly thin. Like it's supple enough where I find the shuffling easy to do, but not overly thin. I think publishers and deck creators always play with that because no one is ever quite happy. It's either too thin or too thick. I can't shuffle them. And so it's kind of like this perfect impossible middle between those two. So this is it. This is the deck. And then I just want to do I don't have time to do super quick walkthrough with you guys, but what I'm going to do, through the whole thing, but I will upload a walkthrough of all the cards at another time this week. But so I want to give you guys my very general reading. And what I did is ahead of time, I pull out the 4 aces. So we have Ace of Pentacles. Isn't that adorable? We have Ace of Swords. We have Ace of Cups. And then we have Ace of Wands. So I leave these out And these are all just now categories. So Ace of Wands is the category of work, obviously, typically. Ace of Cups is a category of relationships. Ace of Pentacles is the category of like, your deliverables, like your financial life and or your physical life, like your car, your house, that kind of thing. And then finally, Ace of Swords, I use as like either like problems, like areas that are going to come up that need some support, or areas that are going to need a little more, like maybe some communication, things that need to be cleared the air. And so what I do is, most people are like, yeah, that pretty much that those are the hits, aren't they? And they keep you away out of like too much trouble, like health questions or divorce questions if you're at like a party. And also we are coming already from a positive place. Like these are the gifts. These are the things that are gifts for you. So we're not looking for trouble. We're looking for things to make them feel good. Or if there is a problematic area, then we can throw an extra card and say, this is how we're going to maybe resolve it, or what you need to do to resolve it. So, let's see here. Who wants a reading? Who's live? Marion, do you want a reading? So I'm just shuffling. That's probably what you're hearing over the mic. And that's what I mean. They shuffle pretty nice, actually, right out the gate. I like them a lot. Even though I think for some people might say they're a little too thin, but if you're a shuffler, if you're a riffler like me, they're actually quite perfect. And they're not too slick. They're just really nice, really, really nicely done. Okay, Marion, let's take a look at your reading. Are you there, darling? Okay, for Ace of Wands, we have Seven of Cups. Yeah, go on then. Ace of Cups, we have King of Pentacles. Oh, hello. Is there something you need to tell me, Marion? All right. So we have for Ace of Pentacles, we have Justice. And then Ace of Swords is Eight of Swords. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. So this is a little unfair because I do have some background info on you, Marion. But let me just show you how it works. Now, what we're looking for is more of a general kind of vibe than like real specifics in the reading. But as you start to go through them, you'll often see that a theme emerges, right? So I'm going to just kind of zoom in on one at a time. There we go. So there's so Ace of Wands is Seven of Cups. Isn't these adorable? They're so cute. So pick your poison. Here we have someone who's dressed up as Tinkerbell, deciding which chalice she may drink from. And this being Ace of Wands, which is the gift of work or creative projects, I'm really seeing this as like a message around like it's okay to have a lot of different ideas right now. It's okay to dream. That your dreaming it's a precious commodity, and you're in a high creative state as you decide what it is that you'd like to do from a work perspective. So a lot of considerations on different creative projects. So I feel like what I'm seeing here is the gift is your creative imagination. Don't be too quick to squash it because you think it's frivolous. So that's how I read that one. Now, next we have the Ace of Cups and King of Pentacles. So cute. That's so cute. I thought that was the werewolf, but now as I'm looking at it, I'm seeing it's the big bad wolf. Marion, be careful of the big bad wolves out there, girl. Are you going to be riding Hood for Halloween? I'm just kidding. Or not. I don't know. So Ace of Cups, and when I'm looking at the Ace of Cups, one of the techniques I look at the first thing that my eye usually lands on. And it really wasn't the cup that I was looking at. I was looking at the bat who looks like he's about to pumpkin in the cup. So I really wonder if there's a King of Pentacles who will appear in your life, if he's not already. And this may be somebody for whom there could be a possible romantic connection. Now, King of Pentacles is known as typically the earth signs. So he could be very down to earth. Or I know that you're working on your business goals. He may be someone who can lend a hand in that area. This is someone for whom business and money usually goes easily. But I like that, the big bad wolf kind of vibe there. He's a little naughty. He's a little naughty. And he likes to eat. So, hey, I like to eat too. Take me out. Let's go somewhere good. I will not buy a salad. Trust me on that one, my friend. Anywho, so that would be something I would do like real quick and dirty. So each of these combinations is no more than like a minute or 2 minutes, really. So then you're really only getting to like between 7 to 10 minutes per person, and they're getting a really nice overview. So there's a guy who's a chef. Could be. And a little wild. So now we're going to look at the Ace of Pentacles. This is interesting. Ace of Pentacles. Oh, that's funny. That's like the Statue of Liberty. Is that? Oh, yeah. Is that Mr. Monopoly? That's kind of well, isn't that? Well, isn't that some commentary on? Isn't that some commentary on post-capitalism? If I ever saw it. Very, very tricky, Jonathan. But so what I see here, Ace of Pentacles being your financial life, as well as like, your physical property. With that justice, I really kind of I read it both ways. Number one, I don't really see anything breaking down or causing a lot of repair concerns in terms of your physical property. But also justice with the Ace of Pentacles is telling you to be measured and careful with the money that you have. No big spend. And also be careful with the time that you have. That you're really being careful with how much you're spending and doing what. And are you being remunerated or there's another way to say it, but I always forget. Remunerated for those things. Like you have a measured approach. And really think of your time as money. When I see that, Mr. Monopoly, that's what I'm seeing in that reading. And then finally, we're looking for trouble or something you're going to have to fix or deal with. And there we have Ace of Swords. And we have Ace of Swords, and we have Eight of Swords. The mummy is being wrapped up. What a great image for that card. You can tell me this day before I go, you can't get our cards. Yeah. Sew your pockets shut, girl. I know how much money you can lose in a place like that buying all these decks. So Ace of Swords and Eight of Swords. Now that's really interesting because the sword suits often communication, and Ace of Swords I really see as like, communicating. But that Eight of Swords is talking about ways that you're thinking that are keeping you stuck. And when you find yourself on a loop, like a Ferris wheel loop that you're not moving forward, we can't see what we can't see. So whenever you get an inkling of that, I think it behooves you to reach out to a friend or colleague who might be able to give you some perspective that might help you on your journey. So when you feel stuck, don't be afraid to also reach out and ask for help. I see that in here too. So that is basically it with the super quick and dirty kind of gifts of the aces, which is a real nice, very quick capture, overview teaser kind of reading where you're getting a little bit of everything and you're doing it within a real short time frame. Any questions, my friends? Anything around this? Do you guys think this is a cool reading? Those of you who are live? I think they're pretty cool. And I think this deck is a lot of fun. If it were up to me, I would probably do Halloween themed cards like all year round if I could get away with it. All right, my friends, if there are no questions, if you're feeling you got this, have fun. Good luck with your festival work. And remember, you are entertainment. You cannot be fed off of exposure. And that comes from friends too. I've had that happen. Oh, Jenna, I'm inviting you. You want to come to my Halloween party? Oh my God. Thank you. Yeah, I'd love to come. Oh, by the way, could you read while you're there? Yeah, that's not a friendly invite. So watch out for those too. Marin, you're great. Christina, thank you. Thank you for everyone who's here and still here, those who've commented. Love to have you. Hopefully next week will not be alive, but the next two after that, we're going to really do some awesome stuff. So I hope to see you there, and have a great day. Okay. And happy October. We've made it, y'all. And oh yes, I'm heading over to Instagram now. So if we want to continue this conversation, maybe I'll see you there. All right. Hey, M.A. the Gray. I love that. I love that. It's like the name you're using for that. All right, guys, take it easy and have a good one. And I will see you soon. Bye, guys.